We haven't used it. I think if once we get into real podcasts, I would say you could probably stop. Cool, we are live.
Have, how's Eleni's videos been doing on Instagram lately after all the changes? Oh, did she get a big one? One popped off again.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
The 176. What was that one?
That one.
Shout to the Lord. That was the one you were always saying. I think this one's gonna be the.
No, I said Redeemer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wrong.
I think it's the dark moody that does really well for
What was the word to comment?
her.
Comment. Oh, comment song. It's funny because everybody's responses, if they don't comment the word song, they have to use the word song in, like, your voice is made for this song. Gotcha. Thanks. I'll send you the
But
link.
also, amen, link, worship.
See, it's not just me.
Yeah, but at least it's relevant. We're hitting artists with merch.
Did you see that?
What?
In our DMs, like people kept getting merch links.
And they were like,
It's because some words have the combination HAT in them
that.
or what.
What?
I'd love to hear what you guys have in mind.
There's
Merch.
Hat. They get slapped with a hat link.
Great.
Pretty ingenious.
I was like, okay, the word merch. Is there any combination of merch in a word that's not merchandise or merch? I don't think so.
Or do we put a combination? No. Comment, I want an Anthem merch
It's got to be
link.
one word.
Does yours do this?
No.
Why does mine do?
It's got to be
You
tightened.
did this, didn't you? Did you sabotage my mic stand, Gio?
Yeah, it was me. While I was taking that ginger shot.
I knew it. She's like, this ginger burns my throat.
I'm going to hide behind my mic like
I'm
this.
gonna show you. Just only your eyes. Well, it's good to see that she's getting some to hit again. You know what? Like, yeah, they are starting to. It's kind of up and down, but like when they hit, they do hit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Is she doing her hooks?
It's weird. I don't remember.
Like where she talks in the beginning of it?
Oh, no.
Or do those not work?
They're like a hit or miss. It just
Okay.
depends on the song. I was thinking of going back to those and see what that did. I am just making sure they're under 25 seconds, though.
So it is 25 seconds in her. This is the stuff that should be in the chorus, like this.
They are.
this good stuff. Huh? This isn't the course?
That I wrote down on my document, yeah.
Okay, well, it's on the course.
So they're in the notes.
It's on her.
They're in the rough draft.
I asked her to give me a 1 through 10 on how complete she thought it was. And she giggled.
She said 11.
She giggled for a while. And then she said, maybe a 4. And then I said, okay. Now divide that by 4. Juan.
Divided by 0.
And now subtract 10. -9. That is what you got. Where we at though? 7 p.m. Waking up in the morning. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Tuesday. Rebecca Black, anybody? No?
I thought you were way too old to know that.
What?
Rebecca Black is ancient, bruh.
This chick thinks we're 50.
She's ancient, bruh. I think I was...
She was popping during high school for me.
Yeah, I had to be like 8th grade, freshman year.
Yeah, is that freshman year, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
You saying... Was she not? She was everywhere. Her PR team probably had a nightmare.
I think her PR team was her rich daddy. I think her...
Nepo?
Was she?
I don't think she was a Nepo. I think her dad just had money and just
Bought.
her. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they bought her a spoof fame.
Well, I think they tried. I think she tried really hard.
Did they turn it around though?
She can actually sing really good now. Have you heard her sing now?
Time out.
Well, not...
She just went down the days of the week.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Guess who's back?
And he's
Guess
back.
who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Da-da-da.
What is he got?
Dude.
Na 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 na. What it? Na na
Yeah,
na
yeah, yeah.
na na.
I listened to that album so much. Like I could recite a lot.
You
of
look
that.
like you still listen to it.
You guys, if you were in a group chat with me, Joey, and Lenny, was it last week? I was reciting all of the verses to "Love the Way You Lie" by Eminem, and who's the singer on that one? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because I started listening to the audio message and then I skipped.
I rapped all 3 verses, guys. All 3 of them. I was pretty impressed. By memory.
How are you going to celebrate?
What do you think that means? Is that a sign for something? Instead of 3? Anna, you bought your tickets? Mm-hmm. Both. Oh, you were just like planning on it. When is it? When do they go on sale? Do you know? Did they say? Oh. Got you. For anybody in the area, we're going to have a little hangout.
We have our first planned hangout.
Yeah.
October 7, right? Right, Annie? That sounds right. October 7th.
At the Pinewood
Pinewood
Social?
Social in Nash.
Gonna be fun. Yeah, Timmy will be there. We'll show up. You'll be there. Anybody is welcome.
They've got bowling.
Trace, this is right in your neck of the woods, dude. You really don't have a... Now that you have a van, there's no... no excuses.
How much does it cost to fill that tank in that van? Yeah.
What's the miles per gallon on it?
Huh.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Dude. If you guys don't know, we're talking about Trace's new whip.
His new whip.
It's that interior. I think it's the interior that gets me every time. It's clean. Did you put a TV in it? Did you put an Xbox in it? Okay. Nice. Dude. Slap a little Starlink on the top. That's so dope.
How many more weeks of camp you got? 5? 4 or 5? You're what, 3? Are you all 8 weeks at Fuge? Okay. Okay. Are you still waiting on... So Aaron's going with you to Texas, right?
Sweet.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you should document it.
Yeah. What good network bonding time? 8 hours? Wow. Oh, Annie, you're the first one to come up for sure. Yeah.
The Tuesday after... What do you say?
Yep.
The Tuesday after that they come back, they're like not on speaking terms. They like hate each other.
They're worst enemies. Well, how many people we got on here?
We've got like the OG crew back.
Yeah, everybody's back. I think, dude, Aaron, did you miss your first call last week? That had to be the first one I haven't seen you on before. Yeah. VBS. Timmy went to VBS, but still found a way. Aaron, is Timmy on? No. Shucks. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. Nah, it's good.
I played VBS, but it was on a Thursday, so I was able to make it.
VBS is one of Joey's greatest passions.
Yeah.
Musical passions.
Yep. I prefer to only play VBS.
Vacation Bible School, Annie. Surprised you haven't heard of it. It's pretty popular.
I was telling Timmy, any of you remember that era when they were talking about for VBS, there was an X for everything, or like extreme, or like even youth stuff. Like they would just like replace the X, something with an X, like VBX that year. I remember it was VBX. Like it was like, instead of school, it's extreme. Vacation Bible extreme. Like,
Nope.
well, yeah.
I don't recall any of that. But the snacks were always on point.
I'm trying to think what the snacks were for mine.
Usually animal crackers.
Goldfish, animal
Goldfish.
crackers, lots of lemonade for some reason.
Yes, a lot of lemonade.
A lot of lemonade.
Yep. And they're just pumping them full of
That's
sugar.
the Bible Belt, baby. We just rotate.
Pretty much. And a VBS is basically where you send all the kids who you can't get rid of because it's summer and you can't shovel them off to school. So then you shovel them off to VBS for like a week.
She's like, I was loved.
Were you the perfect child, Annie? Is that what you're trying to say? she's like, actually, yeah.
Do you have siblings, Annie? Are you the baby?
Annie, high five. Youngest child. What? Wait, where were you? Oh, you didn't make a post about it. Would you like to share with the group right now? I think a lot of them will think this is pretty cool. Okay. Dude, we're going to see
Don't
Annie.
spoil it for us. We don't know what happens. No, don't spoil it.
We're going to see Annie in the background.
How many episodes are you in, Annie?
What lines did they give you? Did you try to like make up your own lines? She's like walking past and she tries to like insert her own line. Could they?
Yes. Not personally, but yeah.
Personally,
No, personally.
good friend of ours.
Never met him.
Annie the goat handler. That's a great nickname. Oh my god. Was it
So you weren't able to get pictures because you didn't have your phone.
what? They didn't have phones back then? That would be incorrect or something? Gosh.
How do you know? Did I
What?
tell you?
When were you in The Chosen?
We were in the pilot.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It was when Diane and I were dating, and she was like, "Hey, do you want to go to this like?" But back then, it wasn't meant to be. I think a series. I think they're like, "Hey, my church is doing this thing, and do you want to go be a part of it?" It's like a Jesus. I think they were doing it for like a Christmas special thing. I was like, "Sure, whatever." So I made it in the pilot. I don't know if Diana made it, but
Did you get to be?
I don't know why I made it in.
Did you get to be a goat?
It's like I don't
goat
think people
handler?
had fades back then, huh?
How did that guy get such a clean fade?
And he's so white. Where did he come
He's
from?
so. Has he ever
Hey,
been out in the sun?
I could look Roman though, because I am Italian,
Yeah.
but I wasn't dressed.
Did they let you handle a goat? Were you the baby goat
No.
handler? Okay, so
No.
they didn't trust you.
Yeah,
Clearly, Annie has risen in the ranks.
I'm still waiting for my royalties for that, but I don't think I'll get any.
Man, how exciting!
Am I on IMDb yet?
What?
Yo, you guys don't know that app, IMDb? Jared knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. You never like watch a movie and then go up and look it up, like who all the actors
I know
are.
what you're talking
Like,
about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Well, everybody, we got a little second hour conversation out of the way here. Good shares, good shares, good shares. Well, I'll tell you what. If anybody has any questions that they are working through in their music careers right now, drop them in the comments, or you can chime in right now. And as we go along through the call tonight, drop all your questions in that we can get to, that we could hit. I've got a few topics that we could circle back to based on what I've been talking to some of you about in the DMs and some of your posts. So yeah, let's see where tonight goes.
I have a concept that blew my mind this week about content, social media content. Do you guys know who Casey Neistat is? You know who that guy is?
Oh, Joey means business, guys. He's got his little notes journal
I know.
out.
I'm trying to get better at like jotting down like ideas on paper.
Actual pen and paper.
Something that
How
I
about
own,
that?
you know?
Who does that? Who uses paper calendars and notebooks?
Oh, no. I
Crazy
refuse to do
people.
paper calendars. But something that I learned from Casey Neistat, it was a video I saw. The difference between, and this is his concept that these terms that he talks about, lean forward content versus lean back content. And if you don't know who Casey Neistat is, he was like the first one to like ever like blow up vlogging on YouTube. Like he was daily vlogging for like, he's like the dude with the sunglasses.
Yep.
And he did that like daily for like 3 years, and he like blew up, millions of subscribers. And he prefers lean back content versus lean forward content. So what that means is lean forward content are short form content. So it's the kind of thing where like, pretend like you're in a waiting room and you're just kind of like leaning forward on your phone and you have like a couple minutes to kill. It's this like mindless scrolling. That's the short form content that he does not like, because there's something that happens. I don't know if you guys really remember any short form content when you watch it, or you like 20 minutes goes by and you're like, where did all the time go? It's kind of this like hypnosis type of thing, versus lean back content is like you're sitting on the couch with maybe a tablet or your like YouTube on the TV or something, and you're hand selecting the content, and you're like, you're leaning back and you're choosing that piece of content. And I just thought that was really interesting because a lot of people are chasing the short form content, especially artists. And what would that look like for artists to create more memorable, lean back types of content? And I think that might be more authenticity related pieces of content, longer form pieces of content. What does that look like for artists? It's
So
more
you're
of a
saying
discussion.
a way to like balance out and not be fully reliant on one type?
Yeah, because I know we talk a lot about like capturing your songs, like performance videos, which we know that works really well for artists to capture people's attention. For short form pieces of content, obviously music videos have been a thing for a while. Performance videos, long form performance videos, but what are other pieces of content that you guys might be able to capture based on your personality, based on your story? This was more of a discussion question. I think one of the things that I wanted to lastly add is in the business world, do we go in deep about long form content versus short form? Kind of like what we're thinking.
We could dive into that.
But in the business world, what you want to do is you want to warm up your audience, and short form only does so much. Versus if somebody spends 20 minutes watching a video of you talking to the camera and being really honest, it says something to your audience. The longer that somebody spends time with you, like in real life, the warmer they are to you. And with content, it's the same way. The only thing is some people might be getting a hit of 15 seconds of you, and it may not even be your personality. It just might be you singing a clip of your song. But what are other pieces of content that could complement the songs and get fans to be more fans of you as a person on top of the songs that they're hearing? Mm-hmm. So you feel like you got less engagement versus a singing videos? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been trying to solve Trace's question in the comments right now, so I have not been listening to you at all.
What did he say?
Trace, which course is that in? I want to quick solve that. The okay. Oh, Feature FM right there. That's sign up. Okay. Oh, that's not taking you to the other course. Got you. Okay. Let me quick solve that right now. I was so confused why that wasn't working. That should link to the full setup and walkthrough in the social media mastery course. Feature FM. Let me see here. And I'm going to swap that one in. We'll see if this works. Okay, try that link again. It should take you to the social media mastery Feature FM full setup and walkthrough course. It's good? Okay. Thank you for giving us heads up on that. I'm going to make a note This is the Feature FM walkthrough in the social media mastery course. Okay, fantastic. Now I can think about whatever you were talking about. Do we want to go back to where you're talking about difference in short form, long form? Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I think the long form stuff can be a little bit ambiguous, and it's one of those things where there's not a one strategy fits all for long form for everybody. And that's not counting like you singing through your song or performance videos.
So not just the long form performance versus cutting up into short form. We're talking
we know the formula for performance videos work. Chopping them up into sections, using reply rush for Instagram and Facebook, sending people to your music. But what about showcasing you and
more
your personality?
Lifestyle, stuff like that. Content for would you say like the top 20% fans? Like the core fan base?
Your core, really... yeah. And it goes along the lines of your 1,000, you're trying to find your 1,000 true fans. If you have a 1,000 rock star true fans of you, you'll always have work. So
what could that look like, as you're saying?
Yeah, how do you take obviously you have your music and we have the formula for chopping up videos and all that for performance videos, but how do you take that a step further and showcase your personality further than I'm just a Christian artist?
As an artist.
As an artist or as a content creator.
Yeah. Yeah. Have any of you played around with this, trying to introduce this type of content into your social media strategies? Specifically, probably YouTube, I guess. YouTube is, I would say, best for long form. Yeah. Have any of you played around with that or trying to find a way to show another side of you? Jared, you have a little bit? What's that look like for you? Spender. Cool. Cool. That vlog, like day in the lifestyle, would probably resonate well for like an artist strategy. For those of you in Christian music specifically as well, remember when we talked with Ashley Lagunas about like her strategy and how she's kind of starting to do like devotional stuff, and I almost wonder if that could correlate well for a longer form type of content. I mean, here's one other long form type of content that might be underutilized, guys, is going live for an hour and just like hanging out. And it's just like, the thing about live is it can't be faked and it can't be like, it's always authentic. You know what I mean? And I think there's a reason why people resonate so much with live. Even like this right now, guys, like we're on a live call. Nothing can be faked. It's like, it's all authentic and real, and like what you say is what you get, you know? I almost wonder if there's a way to incorporate live more as artists. Have any of you played around with live, YouTube Live? Is it OBS that allows you to go live on multiple platforms at once? That could be another angle.
I think I mentioned this in Jacob's post about going live. There are softwares that let you multi-stream to everything, to all your platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. And you can basically think of it like your own show, think about it like your own TV show or something. And you really have to figure out what the subject matter is for you and your audience. For example, like if you're a worship artist and you write corporate worship songs, wouldn't the logical next step for maybe a long form is to do like devotionals for worship leaders? Because like if you're writing corporate worship songs, obviously your next logical step is you probably want churches to start singing them. So if you provide value to worship leaders, they might listen to your stuff that you have, and they might consider it, put it in their set list, something like that.
Leslie
That's like one of 1,000 examples.
Yeah, Leslie had a good one here. Behind the song, like behind the scenes, behind the song, the heart behind the song.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. Podcasts, video podcasts. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's kind of like what is that rule again that we talked about a while ago? Is it the 70-20-10?
The 7-11-4?
Nope, different
one.
70. You guys are like
There's
you're
so
just
many
you're
of them.
just making up numbers at this point. No, it's called the 70-20-10, and it's this idea that 70% of the content that you put out is built for like the masses that will get the most attention and the most views, and it's built for the virality. And then there's 20% that's built more for your core fan base, right? And then there's like a 10% where you just take shots on new ideas, where you're like, this might hit, and it might be incredible. It might flop completely. I don't know.
You're talking about in testing new ideas.
From a content posting strategy, the 70, like what
70% of your content is the same stuff works.
Yeah.
And then the other ones you're starting to take shots.
Yeah, and
on
20% is more for your core fan base, as you're looking to build your core fan base of 1,000.
So a good example of that would be like Eleni's content, where 70% of her stuff is music video related, like the singing videos, the chopped up parts of the songs. And then like the other 20% is like her personality, like her cooking in the kitchen or baking, or like her, I think she did like a questions and answers type of reel where she's talking to the camera.
Yeah.
And that's like for her actual fans. And then, I don't know what the other bit of it would be, but
10%, the last 10% is just
like
trying out
something off the wall.
Completely brand new thing. You're like, this could be incredible. This could flop.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're only going to do it 1 out of 10 times. So that's one element that I got thinking about with this. To make it more practical, maybe we explain how we're thinking through this right now for ourselves with like the Anthem Co. and how we're looking to create content. Because if you guys kind of follow along on the Anthem Co. Instagram, we're doing a lot. Like we're going heavy on shorts and starting to chop things up and find a way to lean into those more. But we have also now identified that our weak spot specifically on YouTube is long form content, right? Because we have a bunch of shorts that we're constantly unloading. But we're looking to find a better way to fill in the gaps on the long form. I'm reading the comment right now.
2319, is that a Monsters Inc. reference?
That totally is.
OBS is actually one of 2 programs. The other program is called Restream. So OBS and Restream work together.
Explain that for a second.
So OBS is the desktop software that you plug like your camera into and your audio interface into. And then there's another software company. The best way that I can explain is like a music distributor. You're paying a distributor to take your live stream feed and then distribute it out to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And so OBS is like the desktop software that like gets it done. And then it'll send the stream off to Restream. And there's some really cool stuff that we've been using right now. And some of you who follow us on Instagram might be seeing it. But the feed that we're sending right now into Restream, they're saving the recording, and then it also uses AI to chop up the clips and put captions on them right now. like in real time, so that all we have to do is go in there and see like which ones are good, which ones don't make sense.
Yeah.
And then we can take those and then use those for short form pieces of content. And it all is happening in real time. So there's some cool advances that are happening.
Yeah. And the plan, guys, is the Spotify mastery course. We're in the planning phases of overhauling that whole thing. And one section is there in there that we want to put in is the whole OBS restream going live. That idea of like, okay, what would I need to set up and do to be able to go live, for example, on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok all at once. And it's pretty cool once you can figure that out. So we're still in the early stages of playing around with that and implementing that. But yeah, to tie a bow on that, I guess the point that you were bringing up from your original point in your notebook, that lean back content versus lean forward content. Are you guys able to identify right now where you are prioritizing maybe one more than the other, or maybe fully relying on one over the other, and you're like, there might be a subtle weakness right now in my content that maybe I'm doing really well on the short form or trying to play the hookier stuff and like things that will get people to click and whatever, but I'm not doing as much to develop the people that land into fans or, you know, the relational side of things with the more like the lean back type of content. So something to think about.
And that's why we haven't really put it into a formula, because I don't really think it should be a formula. The short form content with music, chopping it up, putting on the internet, lip sync videos, like that's a formula that we've seen work across a lot of different artists. But at the end of the day, like all of you guys have different skills and stories and life obstacles that you've overcome, like that impact your music. That's just probably could be captured in a longer form way that your true fans will resonate with. But the rest of the people may not be there for that. They might just be there for the music. But this is a way that you can go deeper and find your real fans beyond the music.
And something worth saying too, I guess I have two more thoughts on this. One, I would say be kind of intentional with, how do I say this? How many of you plan to offer like services that you're wanting to build for your music that isn't necessarily for the fans or listeners of your music, but you have a skill or a service that you use to do your career where you're like, I could be making this available to other people who want to learn this skill. So I think, Trace, you are. Jared, I think you are as well. Is there anybody else that's... Okay, yep, Jason, you are. Oh, yeah, of course, Jason. We've been talking about this. I would be intentional to not combine platforms on that. And let me know what you think about this as well. But it seems like there's going to be two different audiences. So like if you have your artist page where you're doing all your music and everything and making content for your fans, but then you also start posting content about, hey, here's how I do all the stuff on the back end. Are the fans going to care about that? Or is that built for a new profile and separating that?
Wait, what's the skill that you're showcasing? Is it production?
Here's a great example. Andrew Southworth.
Marketing?
So he does music marketing, right? But he's also an artist, and he has a tendency to often just combine his pages together, and it doesn't seem like it works well, because like if you're a fan of the music, why would you care about music marketing? Like that doesn't get a fan who doesn't know anything about this stuff excited. So for those of you that are considering going into this, I would encourage you to potentially have two lanes of your life, essentially. You have the music, building fans. They know you just for what you do with the music and creation of the relationship, all of that. And then also having a formula that you can push the services side. Granted, there's probably a little bit of overlap, because I'm even thinking, Jared, with like what you're doing with piano, that one might overlap a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, the piano is a skill.
Yeah.
I think that's directly integrated with your music.
Yeah.
Your music, yeah, yeah. But marketing, I mean, I look at
Marketing is
I look
a
at
great
us
example.
because I'm like, I would never want to mix what we do with the Anthem Co. as far as marketing with Anthem worship content
or Mass Anthem content.
Mass Anthem content.
They wouldn't care.
But the thing is, the Mass Anthem and Anthem worship are the proof that the marketing works. It's just there's two different audiences.
They have to be kept separate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to think about. Let me
Finally having a community to send people who see your content in a great way to build an email list. Yep. Deeper connections. Yep. It's working for the podcast.
It's the idea of building out your world. Yeah, okay, this is good. This is from Leslie. Love this. It's the idea of building out your world, just like Disney World has many lands within it. We are like this. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you look at our company as a whole, that's really what we've been doing for a long time. Again, it's going to come down to you individually with your music and your career and your brand. For some of you, it might be easier to overlap some of these things. For some of you, like, again, if we're talking marketing and music, it's like, and just making music, it's like, okay, that's really tough to get those audiences to care about the other type of contents.
I want to pick on Annie.
Yes.
Can I pick on you, Annie?
Annie, this is what you get for not being here last week. You skip a week, you get picked on.
Annie, what kind of stuff are you interested in? What are all the things that it could be media, it could be travel, it could be The Chosen, your acting career. Like what are kind of like no, don't even go that far. Just like stuff that you're interested in. Like if there were like 2 or 3 big categories of stuff that you're interested in as a human, what would you say that you're totally cool with that, like people knowing that about you, with your brand, associating with your brand? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are those the 3 kind of like the 3 big things that you're involved with in a way or interested in? Okay. How much of that have you captured with your brand and your social media? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like the people that follow you know you pretty well? Like the people that have never met you but follow you, do you think they would like Do you feel like they know you pretty well, or do you feel like you're only showing them a very small fraction of the topics that you're interested in? Okay. So a lot of that stuff I didn't really know about your interests until you said something about it, until I asked you. And now it's like I feel like I know you a little bit better just in that like 60 seconds of just you talking about the stuff that you're interested in. And so for me, like that's been my mindset with all of my personal content and branding. It's like taking all the things that I'm interested in. And what I notice with branding is the more things that you capture about the stuff that you're already interested in and already doing, and it gives people different things to almost grab onto, like mentally, like about you, and almost associate you with that thing. And it's like Annie is in my hobby coffee school group, and she follows me on stuff, and it's like that's just a thing that I'm already interested in. Like Diane and I am already interested in. So if you like coffee and pastries, join that. It's free. But like that's just a part of our lives that we're already interested in, and it has nothing to do with music. But it actually gives people a break. It's like I wouldn't want to be the guy that only talks about music business all day, every day. It's like I like guitar too, you know? And so there are just different levers for people to like almost round out. People are trying to understand you through this tiny little window called social media. And if you understand that, then you have to be like, okay, they're only looking at one dimension of me, and that is the only perspective that I've really shown. And right now, the music is the only thing that people can grab onto right now. But what about other things that you're interested in? Now it humanizes your brand a little bit more.
Yeah. It's documented.
And if you think it's interesting, other people will probably think it's interesting.
Somebody somewhere will.
Yeah.
It's this different. It's the difference between thinking, oh, I have to go create something
For somebody,
or just I should just document what I'm already doing and post it. And now it takes some of the pressure off of I have to go create content. What's the idea and everything? It's like, what am I already doing that I can somehow package in a way to share with the world? And so like Joey and I, we geek out over this. So we're always like fine tuning our own brands, our personal brands, and like building out our structures and doing shootouts together of like, okay, here's where my 3 are. Oh, here's where my 3 or 4 are. And like we come up with like, think of it like the big circles that, what are those graphs called where the circles overlap?
a Venn diagram.
Is it a Venn diagram?
It's a Venn diagram.
Wow, we're getting into high school
Elementary.
education. I think that's where I learned about Venn diagrams. Think of like your career, guys, as a Venn diagram, okay? Like you, not even your music career, but like you as a whole, as a person. Where are your biggest interests that almost are the categories that all the other interests that you have can fit under? Here's a great example. I love personal development, anything like becoming a better version of myself. And under that, man, working out, health, diet, mindset, all that stuff falls under that one. So that's one big circle for me. Another big circle for me is the Anthem Co, what me and Joey are building together with all these brands, the music, and what we're doing here right now. And then another one for me is personal music side of things with a couple other brands that I like to make music under. And under those 3 things now, like that's where I build my brands under.
So I would say our recommendation is probably 3 different things.
Anything more might be too much.
The more you add, the more unique you'll be. But I think 3 is probably the minimum as far as like what are the 3 different things that you're interested in, because we're all humans. We're not just interested in making music. It's like we do other, like I think of Trace too, like with his shoes. You got your shoes, you got your music gear. I would say that's different than like being an artist per se that you're interested in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I know Trace is into like coffee, like dope coffee setups. Like that's another interest, another hobby. And it's like, if you just start capturing a little bit more of that, one of the things that we, is a more of a recent change, I guess, with Meta is it's more and more becoming interest-based targeting is what they call it.
For those of you that haven't dove into Meta ads, you're gonna be like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah. So it's already headed in that direction anyway. So the Meta, Facebook, Instagram AI is getting so good. Like even just like doing away with hashtags, their AI is so good at recognizing your content and who it's for that they organize it by interest-based targeting. So that's how they that's how the videos find the audience.
And how would you rope that in with what we've been talking about though? With the like differentiating the different aspects of your brand and different types of content?
There's the AI element with Meta, and then there's also the human element. So if you can blend those two together and get the best of both worlds, capturing everything that you're already into that is part of your personal brand to put on your page, then that's how the AI interprets it. But the human side of it is somebody might be intrigued with Annie's like a style aesthetic videos or like whatever you come up with or whatever Annie's already interested in on top of her music. It's like, oh, she has dope music and she's also interested in this thing. Like Annie's music is for me. Like the more touch points you can have that way, the more overlap, you'll find an even hungrier audience. Not literally though.
And I will say this, guys. This is a conversation that it's just worth talking about to get you thinking about your life as a whole, kind of like where all of your interests and how they could fit into a couple categories that you can kind of build a career around, content around. But keep in mind, the more things that you focus on at once, it's harder to grow them all together, right? Whereas if you focus your attention, your intention on one thing, that thing will grow way faster than if you have two or three. So we do always try to stand back and say, all right, here is where we want to go. Here's all the stuff that we want to do, but we're going to pick our top priority right now and focus on that thing and figure that thing out. And when we finally get that thing to grow enough and we have more bandwidth, then we will add the second priority to it. So I don't want you guys to freak out here and be like, well, Jason and Joey are saying like they have all these different brands and the content. Now I need to launch another brand. If you haven't yet mastered, let's say, the music side of your brand and all this content, it probably might not be the smartest move to try to add a second one to that until you get that first one figured out. And for some of you, it will make sense. For some of you, it won't. I have a feeling this won't be the last time that we talk about this because we are actively doing this right now and kind of reworking our models and strategies. So is this helpful at all to like get your minds jogging a little bit about this? For those of you, again, that are offering music services while also building your music career for fans, this is relevant for you guys. And we can have, if you have questions or thoughts about this during the week as you're kind of processing this, like, okay, what would that look like for a music producer? What would that look like for a guy that's going to be building, what is it? What's Trace building with the tracks?
You're talking about Ableton?
Ableton, what if my... Yeah, so it's like, okay, I've got Ableton over here that I want to pursue. What would that look like for, starting a music community that I want to teach piano to? They're all different strategies, and this is the concept for all of them. It's like, how do we find a way to make these things work together? different trees. Yep. Oof. That
Yeah.
that was a bar right there. Can we say that one more time in case anybody was dozing off? Yep. And the kicker is those separate little trees, guys, you have to go water those things separately as opposed to watering one tree that feeds everything. And this is where the whole concept of building a great brand and really knowing yourself and being willing to know yourself and look at yourself enough to create little boxes for yourself to stay in and operate within. And it's not that you're boxing yourself in, you're just getting very clear on, oh, this is my greatest passion. These are my greatest fulfillments. Now, how do I operate creatively within these separate boxes in a way that isn't completely starting from scratch? Trace, I was just watching a video from Alex Hormozy. I don't know if you watched this one, but he was he's a business mentor guru type guy, and one of the guys in the audience, same exact situation that you just said. It's like, hey, I've got my main finance business, like that's where I make the most money, but I've also got a real estate portfolio thing that I want to do, and I've also started a trash collecting business for something else that I was going to do. He's like, but I think I'm going to sell out of the first one, and like I'm just curious what you would do. Like, should I start over with finance or go all in? He's like, where do you make most of your money? Like the finance. Okay, what are you the best at? Finance. Okay, what one do you kind of enjoy more than the rest? Well, the finance one. He's like, why are you doing the other things? Just do that all the time and see how big that thing becomes. So like you said, guys, there is something to this idea of the artists that rise to the top or whatever it is, they're typically the people that go all in on one thing as opposed to spreading themselves too thin. And one thing that we like to remind you of is, how long did we spend only focusing on Spotify marketing for our music and our catalog? Years, right? 4 years?
Yep. And we also created 10 different brands on Spotify. The thing is, like, we are guilty of this. Like,
speaking from experience,
we have a graveyard of ideas or things that we have started in the last 6 years since we started this company, of like brand new ideas that we think that it's going to like take off, but it actually slowed down the whole company.
Slows us down. We'll give you a great example right now of what we've actively been working through. So we started Anthem Worship. That was our first like worship collective outside of Mass Anthem that we had, and that was like the second brand that we grew. Then we grew Anthem Worship Espanol, and both of those things started to take off. And then we thought, okay, well, let's create a few more so that we have other subgenres of Christian music and we're ready to go. And here's the thing. When our label is big enough and we have enough people to put enough attention on all of that, that's going to be great. But we were a few moves ahead. So in the last few months, we've had to reel it back and say, all right, for the foreseeable future, we're going to focus on our winners. We're going to let our winners run. We're going to go all in on what's already working, which means Anthem Worship, Mass Anthem, Anthem Worship Espanol. The main brands, what we've always done, we're going to focus on feeding those more, because input into those equals more output, because everything is already established with those. And we're going to keep doing that because we spread ourselves a little too thin. We got to reel our attention back in. So like, this isn't something where you just necessarily solve it once. This is kind of a game of having to catch yourself. Oh, am I getting a little spread out here? Okay, let's reel it back in. What do I need to be focusing on right now, that if that thing grows, it makes all the other things easier?
And that's the thing, like they're not all bad brands. If we had the focus to just work on one thing, they could all individually be very successful things. We had the idea back in the day of, we wanted to basically become the Babylon Bee for was it just Christian music or just music in general?
It was.
I can't remember.
It was kind of Christian music.
like spoofy, like funny meme type blog articles that were like really funny. What were some of the topics that we came up with?
Dude, they were hilarious. We thought they were funny, but Joey and I...
One of them was like, Lauren Daigle opens a bagel shop in Franklin called Daigle's Bagels.
Daigle's Bagels.
There's that one.
There was one where she dressed...
She had like a really giant top hat, and then we made an article where she opened up a chocolate factory or something.
She looked like Willy Wonka.
Like a Willy Wonka factory.
Just stuff like
we
that.
have those
like,
articles somewhere.
Why we thought that was the move, I don't know, but we ran with it.
If that was the only thing that we worked on, it would have crushed. If somebody had that, they could make it crush by themselves. They didn't have anything else going on.
So like we've been guilty of this. And by the way, like the amount of websites that we've started for
a graveyard
for different
of websites.
ideas, we have a graveyard of literal websites that we had to put down because we're like, this is insane. We can't juggle all of this. Let's have one great one and focus on that and stay in our lane. Can any of you relate to any of that? Do you find yourself wanting to do like, you have a laundry list, like, oh, that would be such a cool idea. This would be such a cool idea. We find it's great to make a note, write that thing down so that you know that, okay, it's on my to-do list. It's just not on my to-do list right now.
That is a good segue. What do you guys use to document your ideas? How do you capture your ideas for like, they can just be quick, like a voice memo, or do you have a little notebook? Okay, use your phone. Do you guys have something?
Yeah, how do you stay organized with ideas?
How do you're driving in the car, you get an idea for something, whether it's your artistry, content, whatever. Do you guys have that?
Oh, okay. I have a bunch for hooks in my voice memos. But what about ideas outside of just a song hook or a melody or a lyric? How do you guys stay organized with that stuff? Notes app.
Brain dump, journal, notes app.
Trello. Nice. Notes app, yeah.
How often do you guys go back through your notes apps? Is it organized? Or is it chaos? Do you ever find your ideas again?
Yeah, are they all under one? Or do you have like 30 separate notes and you have no idea where they are? Nice. Oh my goodness. You say improv comedy? That's freaking awesome. Sylvia's getting real honest, not even a little organized. Appreciate the brutal honesty. Jay, the way I do content and ideas, I just write it down because I'm going to do it the next day. Okay, good. So you're just hitting all your stuff. Separated, need to get organized. So this is one great example, guys. If you haven't done this yet, you probably do this as well, but exactly what Annie just said. In your notes app, guys, make separate folders and start to build categories that you can put these ideas into so that you always know how to find them. Yeah, even Jacob saying, I have some folders. A folder called Morgue of Songs. Just ideas that I will never want to come back to. Jay's like, I didn't even know you could make folders in the notes app. There you go. Now you do. This was something back in the day when we were just focusing on Mass Anthem and there were 4 members. Guys, it was chaos. Nobody knew where anything was. Dropbox was chaos. What's the password for this? I changed it, didn't update it. Oh, what's this? Do you have the pictures for this? Where's the link for this? Chaos. The biggest skill that Joey and I learned early on when we started this company was that organization is how you win. It's literally organization. The artist that is organized is so much further ahead than the average artist because the average artist hasn't taken the time to learn how to get organized. So it's something so simple like how we were just talking about this idea of if you take the time to think about your life and your passions, your hobbies, and how you eventually want to use that to create value for the world and pursue your interests for careers, well, here's a great example. If my interests are self-development, the Anthem Co, and personal music stuff, congrats. Those are my 3 main folders in my Notes app. And now within each one of those, there's going to be subgenre folders of the interests and everything. And that's how I like to keep organized
It's funny
with everything.
because I've been very much like the organized digital guy of the company. Like I have everything digital, AI calendars, AI note takers, AI whatever, to like capture all my ideas and run it back through AI to see if it helps me come up with more ideas. But I've actually been learning that I think you need a little bit of organization and a little bit of chaos at the same time. That's what I'm trying to do, because sometimes if I wait for the perfect scenario, like my folder or my notes sheet, or if I wait to get home to like, or whatever, or wait till I have my phone or whatever, sometimes I lose the ideas, but I also don't give myself permission to just scribble and it's funny because I've had this little like notebook, and I've attempted like many different times to like, there was a time where I would try to like write something like daily, and it's literally just random ideas. But I've recently given myself permission to just like write literally anything that comes to my mind, whether that's an idea, to-do list. Like there's little sketches or like doodles of what I noticed about, like, for example, this is like has something about Amazon Music, like, and it's actually really interesting because sometimes there would be like goals or things that you're like wanting to get done in your career. Like one time I put like 2024 goals, and I like literally stopped for like 2 years. And I recently just found this book like 2 weeks ago, and I realized I hit like 5 out of the 7 goals, and I wasn't even tracking because I literally gave up carrying a little piece of some paper around. It's literally just like there's no rhyme or reason for this thing. And eventually, like, instead of scrolling on my phone and going through social media, like going back and like going through all the pages and seeing if there's anything I missed, or there was an idea that I had written 6 months ago that I was like, oh, that ended up becoming this thing.
Like the Anthem Network,
like
for example?
And that ended up becoming this thing. And like you start connecting the dots, and it's actually kind of cool to go back. And it's just, this book is just chaos of notes. But there are other things where I'll go back and I'll be like, okay, I want to pull that idea out and like actually type it in and put it in somewhere. So I think it's kind of cool to have both types of things, because I've noticed with the automation that is digital and typing it in there, like I don't really memorize it or internalize it as well, because like I have so much AI and stuff that's like helping summarize and do all of that stuff that I like. It's nice to have something that's so analog that I have to use my brain and write it out, and it does.
So maybe that's the thing here, guys. Having a little notebook that you give yourself the freedom to scribble down the big ideas in the moment, the things that you don't have to judge it and be like, is this a good fit for now? Is this not a good fit for now? No, this is the scribble journal. I'm just going to throw all this up in there. But then when you finally find something to take action, then it's easy to move that thing into the folders and get organized with the right next steps and all that stuff.
And I think all the methods are good too. I use voice memos, like if I'm driving in the car, I'll turn the voice memo on and you can just talk at it. If you have an idea, you'll get a 3-minute, 5-minute audio clip of just you talking through your ideas. And then you can go back and pull the transcript, at least with the iPhone. You can pull the transcript out and then run it through AI and then look at your ideas and then pull the notes off of it. But then at least you don't lose the idea while you're driving and you can't actually work it out or type it out. You can save it for later.
To give you some perspective, there are 21 subfolders under the main. Oh, you can't. Oh, if I tilt it a little bit. No, it's tilted. It's visible. There's 21 subfolders under just our main TAC, the Anthem Co folder. And then
is that in the notes?
Yeah.
At the Apple Notes?
And then each one of those.
I hate Apple Notes.
No, this is just. Is it Apple Notes? Maybe it is Apple Notes. This is the default one? Is that Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lose stuff like crazy in Apple Notes.
Anyways, controlled chaos. That is absolutely what it feels like.
If you guys are looking for another, it's a subscription. So it's called Craft. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
Like the cheese.
Yeah, isn't Craft with a K? Craft cheese? No, it's with a
ketchup,
C.
yeah.
Craft. You can do documents within documents, and it's really cool for organizing and all of that. So I've been really into that over Apple Notes or like Google Docs, but just thought I'd recommend it.
Yeah. I'm going to quick catch up on what you're all saying here. Yeah, Leslie's saying the brain dump notebook. She also uses that. Helpful to actually write on paper. I would agree. There's something about writing on paper.
I think we've talked about that too, about going through your notes before you go to sleep. We've talked about that.
Yeah. So your mind starts to think on how it could make it possible. Yeah, during the night. Can you open up the comments section and go back to the top? I know we got on a roll here, and can you scroll all the way to the top there? Yeah, all the way up. If we want to switch it up a little bit, I know we had a good conversation here. Were there any other thoughts that you guys had? Interjections, ideas? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And keep in mind, this isn't something that's going to necessarily be quick. We've been playing around with this stuff for years, guys. Like, it's always fluctuating, and it's like, oh, could this be if you think about it like pillars, like you get 3 main pillars to support who you are. What are the 3 pillars? And then so your music career is probably going to be one of the pillars. And then within that pillar, think of all the little things that go in and make that pillar up. So like exactly what you're saying, Annie, with Spark, like, okay, what are all the different aspects of us that we can pour into just that brand? And then for those of you who are also thinking, oh, well, I also have a service or a passion that isn't exactly tied to that part of my career, that might be a second pillar. Oh, self-development. Oh, coffee or whatever. It's like a service that I'm going to supply to other people. Okay, cool. That's my second pillar. And then I'm telling you, if you guys can get so rock solid on your main core ones, everything else just flows from there. And that might be a good exercise.
Leslie, did you say you had something about that topic? Okay.
I'll scroll down a second. Put her up on the big screen, por favor. Yeah, okay. No, oh, you actually went with the Disneyland. No, yeah. I love this. Controlled chaos. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Good
Yeah.
share.
And
Good
this is
share.
a question for everybody, but something to think about. If you were to take your music away, who are you? It's like, think about that. Who are you outside of your music? Because I know that there are a lot of people that would resonate with you outside your music.
Interests,
Mm-hmm.
hobbies, personality, humor.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Something to think about. Mm-hmm.
Trace, on that idea, have you guys heard of an artist named John Michael Howell? He's really really popped off in the last couple years. One of his best segments that he does for content is he sings his new song, a cappella to accent his voice while he makes his morning coffee. So he goes through the steps and he's making the stuff and pouring it, but he's just in the zone singing his song. And that piece of content has hit for him. And that was such a simple way to take something that I love, coffee, making my morning coffee, and not have to think about, okay, now later in the day, how do I make content? How about I just document what I'm doing during the day and find a creative way to introduce the song, the music? It's like, how many of you could be doing that type of stuff in the morning where you're like, there are things you were doing in your day that you might not realize is documentable, is potential content. You're like, oh my goodness, like maybe content is way easier than what I think it is. And to get that, you just put your phone up and like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. There's another guy, Joey, we went to school with, Lindsay,
The teacher?
the teacher. I forget his name for his first.
Philip?
Philip Lindsay. He's like a big influencer now in like he's a teacher, but he does this segment, guys, where he fills a cup of coffee all the way to the top, not like totally to the top, but enough to the top where he moves it around kind of quickly in his content, and the coffee just gets to the rim, but it never spills. And it's because he loves coffee. And the people in the comments lose their minds because they're always waiting. People are watching his content, waiting for the coffee to spill, but it never spills. And it's like a little thing like that. It's like, if coffee is your brand, you could literally do something and like sing your song and be moving around, and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, how is that coffee not spilling? That could be a great piece of content though. Making your morning coffee, your morning routine, singing your song, sharing something. I don't know. Customize it to whatever works for you. Jason said, if you've never watched, Nick D and Connor Price are a great example. John Michael Howell is content king. Lenny says, exploit your grandparents. That's great. Great for content.
Well, you mentioned Connor Price. That's a great example of his skill set. He was an actor.
He's an actor.
He's an actor.
Yes.
And he has music, and now he writes his own skits as his content, and that goes viral because his acting is so good and his scripting is so good.
Jason, what do you see about Nick's content as well? How would you relate to that stuff? Yeah. Yes. And you know what's funny? He doesn't promote his music at all. And he said he intentionally doesn't because it's better for the fan to realize it and put the pieces together themselves. He's like, it's more powerful that they realize that the thing that they love, the guy that they love, also sings this song they've been listening to. So he didn't even promote it. He would just I don't know what you would call that, like a quarter of a promotion. Like the music was in the background, but he would never tell you it was his. Kind of genius. But again, it's like, yeah, what does he love? Humor, having fun. Okay, let's make a brand out of that. And like a segment and a content strategy around it. Brilliant. Yeah, that guy, Nick, Connor, and John Michael Howell, those guys have been kings of content in the last few years.
And that's a really good strategy too, to keep it separate enough to where you don't 100% promote every single time. Oh, go check out my song from that content. And it's almost like a journey, a fan journey, where they might find your music first and then realize that you're also doing this thing. And then because they liked your music, now they're interested in this other content piece that you're doing, or vice versa.
And that's what Nick was saying. He's like, people would find me on the music and then realize I'm that entertainment guy. Or they would find the entertainment guy and then be like, oh, wait, I listen to your music? This is you? And then...
Like another great example of that is Dave Portnoy from Barstool. Like people know Barstool or they know the pizza guy.
The pizza review guy.
The pizza review guy. And so, oh, that's the pizza guy. Oh, he owns Barstool? Like he started Barstool? Oh, wow. And it's just this fan journey that people have. And the thing is, like, there are people that are 100% okay and they have no idea that he's associated with Barstool at all. They just like his pizza videos.
Yep.
And that's part of his brand. The other thing, too, is he created a brand for his dog. And so they know, oh, that's the guy with the cute pit bull. Like,
talk about getting one tree grown and then just shooting off branches from that tree. He's the king of that. Remember when during COVID, he did his gift opening lives
during COVID,
mm-hmm. where all of his biggest fans started to mail him gifts, and he did one live where he opened some of it up and the floodgates opened and everybody just started mailing him random stuff. And all of COVID, that was his next content segment. He just opened swords and axes and custom shirts and
he's really good at capitalizing on moments. That's another thing you think about. Capitalizing on moments with your fans. Somebody sent him a goldfish and he gave him a name and like he like I don't remember
over the goldfish
for like a long while. Like it was about the goldfish. Everybody was asking about the goldfish. He gave it a name and everything, and then he made merch about the goldfish. People bought the exclusive
jewelry.
merch.
There was a necklace that looked like the goldfish that everybody bought, and then one day the goldfish died.
And then the goldfish died, and that was part of the story.
That was a big thing.
And then he had a whole funeral live for the goldfish.
Master of content. It's like, what is stopping you from being whatever that is just in your own way. But is that the future of music? In a way, kind of being an influencer, a vlogger of, because let's be real, the heart of music, guys, isn't it relating to everybody, being super authentic to build your core fan base? What better way than for them to like actually get to know you, as opposed to just see some performance videos, you know? And he's hilarious. His like dry humor is a crazy skill of his, and like a part of his personality that you don't necessarily get through the music. What was that show called again? Did you ever watch that? It was like he had like a cardboard cutout box behind him.
Yeah, it was like pink. What was it? Was that
like
during COVID?
It was like a $10 set behind him, and the whole point was that like it's kind of a joke, but he takes it really seriously.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know he's been around for a long time, Annie.
No, he just launched 5 years ago, Joey. How did he release something in 2008, Trace? He just got started as an artist 5 years ago. How did he release music in 2008?
He got to start 5 years ago.
It doesn't... Man, respect. So much...
Oh, boy. You're going to get some angry people.
Trace had to turn his camera off.
He just said an album from 2008.
Yellow Submarine is a great song.
I don't know the submarine song.
What if we allowed majority vote to remove a star? That would be so crazy. This is a true democracy. I need to catch up on these comments. Any more thoughts on this? On this whole idea of personal brand, figuring out what your categories are of your passions and your interests in life, and finding a way to get organized with that around content. Any other thoughts on that? Otherwise, we can change.
I need to show you guys the Mass Anthem vlogs from
back in the day,
2016, 2017.
You were going really hard.
I went really hard. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you went really hard on those.
They're a pain in the butt to edit, though.
Who is Mary Spender?
I think she's new. She's still in here?
No. No, it's.
Oh, you know what? That's a different person. No, Mary Spender, that's a YouTuber?
Creator, a YouTuber.
Is she a guitar player?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah, Jason was saying she's a good example of what? Of this idea of
Yeah, I've seen this chick. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, I'm looking
She's
at her stuff
pretty.
right now. Can you share my screen, Drew?
She's pretty far into like the guitar gear world, and I think she also has music. But her content, her long form is like very much guitar focused, gear focused.
An hour. Yeah, that's some long form content.
And that's a great example. She's already into that stuff. She's probably already talking about it,
Which she
researching
likes.
it, studying it, and she's just capturing what she's finding.
Do it anyways,
She's already doing it.
right? I mean, guys, for us, Joey and I are already going to do these calls every Tuesday night anyways for the community because we like this stuff. We might as well record it and chop it up into bits of content and post it everywhere. You know? We already like talking about music. We might as well launch our, podcast to interview other people that geek out over music so we can talk about this stuff and post it. Are there ways you can do that too with just your phone? Start super basic.
How many of you guys tried live streaming on one app, like Instagram or TikTok, whatever how did that go? Trace, I saw you raise your hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Do you feel like you need to have a more of a following to have more people, like more engaging on the live stream, or did you have a lot of viewers at one time? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that's been my focus for my specific guitar content is I used to do long form pre-recorded content and then post it on the YouTube channel. And then I realized that you could multi-stream or simulcast or whatever. And for example, for YouTube, you could go live to YouTube and do the same video, the same outline, the same script, and do it live, respond to comments, and then once you end the live, it's still the same it's a long form, but there's no editing like whatsoever. And so that has really just skyrocketed my ability to create content because now there's no post-production process. You just prep your video. And then and this is kind of going along with Trace, like when you go live to multiple platforms, especially if you have a smaller account or you're shadow banned or whatever, you'll have a higher likelihood of getting engagement because you'll have all of the platforms in front of you. And so you kind of hop between, oh, I had somebody on Instagram ask a question, or like on TikTok ask a question. You can kind of hop back and forth. I've found that I didn't really need one giant platform to do that, especially if they're all kind of smaller and less engagement. And so like you were right with Facebook, it stays on Facebook after you're done and people go back and watch it. And I actually get on YouTube, the majority of my long form views are post live stream because it's the same title, description, thumbnail process. It's just, there's no editing whatsoever. And people know that it was a past live. So they engage with the content differently after. And then you can also go in there and add timestamps and things like that. So if there's ever like dead spots or whatever in the live stream, people can still hop around after the fact. Yeah. But if there's any way, because it sounded like you said Music Monday or something. What was that? Were you singing through songs or what is that?
Cool.
What is your call to action during your videos? Yeah, so how are you capturing those fans or people would call them leads, or where are you sending people during your videos, your live streams? Pre-recorded videos. Okay. So the pre-recorded videos that you have do you have anything? So they're just singing videos, or are they like engaging, singing and playing? Okay. I guess it's a little bit different if it's not live and it's like a performance video. But basically what I mean by the call to action is like, are you asking people to subscribe? Are you trying to get them to click the link in the description to go to your Feature FM or your music? Typically, I guess this is more for live or talking videos versus like a performance video. Then you can actually say at the end of the video, hey, go check out this, or just subscribe. Thanks for watching. Just because I've found that people just need to be told what to do when they're watching. And if you don't just say the thing, they just won't even think about subscribing or going to check out the music or whatever. And personally, I don't lead with the comment, like, subscribe. I think because people are used to hearing it. I would rather
give value.
Give value, but also at the end, like, send people to my thing. But in streaming, it's pretty much free for somebody to click the link and go click play on Spotify or whatever. For something else, like another thing too, I know Leslie said, like, it's very powerful to build your own email list of people. If you can have, for example, if people are interested in your unreleased song, are you brave enough to send that to them if they sign up for your email list? Because like there's definitely a clear interest there that people want to hear your unreleased stuff. And that would be a very easy way, especially since it's a digital product, like it doesn't cost you anything to send them a MP3 of a file or whatever. And so that could be a very easy way for you to grow your email list, especially if there's demand. The hardest thing to do is generate demand for something. And it sounds like you already have it. Hmm. My pro tip for building email lists is people are kind of numb if you just tell them to sign up for a newsletter or sign up for updates. Usually you have to have the way that I see it is an email list is a transaction. You need to have some form of transaction. They're not paying for anything, but they are paying for it with their email. And so that's the way that I think about it. So if you can give something of value in addition to them like doing what you're telling them to do, they have to have some sort of incentive for that. But the thing is, the incentive can't be too big because otherwise it comes off as a giveaway, and it has to be in line with what your ideal fan wants. Don't just be like, hey, I'm giving away a $50 Starbucks gift card to somebody. You're just going to get random people that want free stuff. That has been my experience with it.
Speaking of the whole social media conversation, consistency, Jared's still on it, right? Sir Humphers, you're still on the call? Yeah, there he is. Dude, I liked your posts, I guess posts plural this week. I know we talked a lot about the school and coaching and everything, but also you shared a consistency win with what you've been doing with your posting for social media. Might be fun to talk a little bit about that because it is on topic for this week. Could you share a little bit about that post or what you've been seeing happening and what you've been doing? Yep. Shocker. Piano videos for a piano artist? Bro. There you go. Yep. Yep. Pounds? Oh, followers. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Lean into that, dude. I think you found it.
You're onto something.
Yeah. 1,000%. Have you started to lean into also in between those covers now, doing covers of your original releases, the ones that are actually on Spotify that you've released everywhere? Oh, remind me, I got to circle back to you after this in our text thread. I got to tell you something about that project for another time. But dude, that's huge. This is huge.
Jared, have you made content of you explaining like what you did on certain songs? I can't remember if you mentioned that, like tutorial based stuff, but off of your music. Okay, so this is something I've been testing out with my stuff. So similar to you, like making cover videos but for guitar. So I'll play over top of an existing song, and my whole thing over there is worship guitar education. So I'll play over an elevation song, but I'll add my own twist, my own parts, my own stuff over top. I'll play the parts of the actual song, but I'll add things to it. And I've gotten a lot of people that ask me like how I played that particular way over the song or those little riffs or whatever.
Why you chose that.
Why I chose that. And what ended up happening was I had discovered another piece of content, and that piece of content was reacting to my own playthrough side by side with a camera. And it took me I think of it like a lesson, because mine is educational content similar to you. You're trying to build the education base. It's me watching my own video, hitting pause every 10 seconds, and then explaining what I did. And then I play it slower and explain maybe a little bit of music theory behind it. And now I have this content swarm of, I just study for one song, or I go over one song, play it. Then the next video is me reacting to me playing it and explaining it as a teacher versus a performer. And then now that hits all the people that want to learn from me. And I didn't have to really do much else because I'm just reacting to myself. And it was the weirdest feeling ever because, like you said, you kind of overthink it. Mm-hmm. And you're like, should it be I feel like this should be way more difficult than what it is. But what the people who commented on the previous video, they were just asking how I did it. And it's like, you have such a huge catalog of music, whereas it is endless for you of what you could do of just reacting to your own music and explaining what you did or why you did it.
It's like the Joey verse.
The Joey verse.
Welcome to the Joey verse,
Inception,
where Joey makes content, and then Joey makes content about Joey making
about the content. I love myself.
And then he's actually making a third reaction video to watching himself react to his video.
It's a camera up in the corner.
What is happening? No, okay, but Jared, with your niche of music, you're in one of these spots where, as a solo worship piano artist, the focus is obviously on your arrangement every single time, and your content is you performing the arrangements. So it's not far off that if you stay consistent with this, you're going to start to build a fan base of other piano players who are like, bro, how are you choosing to do this? Why did you choose to do this? Or you start to then get into, hey, here's a piece of music theory that I like to use, or here's how I use 2-5-1 progressions, or whatever that you're using in that song. It's like, dude, it's endless. And that leads into your school community that we've been talking about quite a bit. Are you, I guess I haven't looked at your Instagram page lately. Have you ever seen those glow key? We should connect him with David.
Did he figure it out?
He figured it out. David figured it out.
He's in the group.
He's also in the group. Would be worth maybe asking
He
about
doesn't
that.
accept DMs.
Yeah, no.
No.
He's also starting his own piano group and doing the whole strategy just from his perspective of things. So it's like we can all see what each other's doing. Like, oh my goodness, yeah. So David Green is his name. You guys are in a group chat, yeah? I had you in a group chat before for projects, yeah.
Sheet music, I think.
Yeah, it'd be worth dropping that in there. Just something to think about. That's exciting, dude. Nice work on the consistency. Yeah. Yeah, what's up? Unless your response to them is, hey, I'm actually building it right now. Can I save your contact info and I'll circle back when I have it? You just start making a list. Could do that potentially.
How soon can you have your group set up? Even if it's just like super
basic. Super basic.
Founding member pricing $1, and I have one still make content, and people don't have high expectations either, but they know they're like getting in on something really early, because that how school works is your price stays the same. I can't remember if we talked about that before, but that way, because personally what I like to do is have the product done, ready to go, and then any piece of content, especially for the more on the education stuff, I like to have the product done, and then anything I do content wise, I know that traffic is going to flow to the product, and I'm not missing out on anybody. Because the thing is, like, somebody who might be interested now based off of the video may not be interested later. So it's like trying to capitalize on the interest. Okay. And that's the other thing too, is like, you can, if you're reacting to your own songs, and like that itself could be its own course of your whole catalog of songs, like tutorial videos, and people would find value in that. I think you might overthink that. It may not be valuable enough because it's like it's your own music or whatever, and it's not like a full-fledged music theory course. But there are people that would be fans, that are fans of your music, that would be interested in you showing them exclusively how you play your own music.
100%.
So you might be able to crank those out faster.
Nice. Man, this was a good call. This was one of those rare calls where we kind of just locked in on a topic, and it seemed like there was a lot of interest around it. We just stayed on it for 2 hours. If we didn't get to a question of yours that you left in the comments, it is not because we said, ha, terrible question, we're going to avoid it. Nope, we just probably weren't able to get to it tonight with the topic and just the flow of interest here. So if your topic didn't get answered, either this week you can make it a community post, and that's where we can all see it and chime in, or you can save it for the next week and see if we're able to address that. Because I know there was, Jason, I know you had one early on about radio, and I just knew that was going to take us into a whole new world of conversation, so I held off on that one.
Definitely, yeah. Another thing too, like with the radio one, please make posts. I think our answers will end up being better if we're forced to type in the comments, and they'll be a lot more flushed out,
thought out, yeah,
more thought out. And yeah, if we didn't answer your question, definitely make a post, because we get to all of them.
Yeah. And reminder, guys, we want you to bother us with posts in the community section. Like, we genuinely want you to. So don't ever feel like oh, I don't want to annoy Jason Joey again, or like, oh, I'm the one asking all these questions. It's me again. We want to see that. That is helpful for us from a teaching standpoint. That's helpful for everybody else in the community because other people are actually having the same question, but you're the one that's confident enough to make the post about it. So please keep them coming. It's a great way to learn during the week between calls. So, well, just like that, gang, we will see you next week, Tuesday. If you have any questions, drop it in the community chat. Hopefully you got as much or more value from this call than the time you took to hang out with us. We will see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys. Is Trace still here? I need to talk to Trace. Trace, you are in trouble.
I can't.
I can't see.